What's going on, guys? I'm Jada Black. Shout out to everyone that's on there. I want to talk about singer Neyo. Singer Neyo has bought his way out of his divorce. It looks to me like he's gonna come out of this unscathed, other than having to pay his ex-wife $1.6 million to go away. He has to cover her moving expenses, which are about $20,000, and also cut her a check for $150,000 to buy her a new car. Now, why she needs $150,000 to buy a new car lets you know what type of car she's trying to get, because I guess he's going to keep the main vehicle, and I guess he has to pay her money. Instead of him going to buy her a car, he's going to give her the money to buy the car. Be $5,000 a month as far as spousal support, but it's mainly going to be up to her as far as her lifestyle choices, right? Now, he is going to have to pay $12,000 a month in child support and $5,000 a month in spousal support. So ultimately, she's getting about $17,000 a month in support monthly. So you look at the fact they have 3 children together, right? He's getting all, light, compared to some other people, right? But I want to say this. They weren't even married for a significant amount of time. And this is why, to me, marriage, I think people are getting married for the wrong reasons. And when you get married for the wrong reasons, it's going to fall apart eventually. And the thing about marriage is that it's only going to last as long as both of you actually have a lot in common. See, when you have nothing in common and you marry somebody, it's easy for that marriage or that relationship to fall apart. Because if you have common interests and common goals, it's going to keep you together more so than separate you. This is why you have to marry people for the right reasons. You have to marry people that you are compatible with. Not marry somebody just because of how they look. Because if you marry somebody just because of how they look or how much money they have, and you have nothing in common with that person, you can't share interests because that person don't have the same interests. It's going to fall apart eventually, no matter if you have children together or not. They had separated before and got back together. So this marriage was doomed. Now, Renay has put it out there that Neyo was cheating on her. I mean, he is an R&B singer, songwriter. What do you expect? When you marry these industry men, you have to expect that infidelity could happen, but you marry them anyway. And then when it happens, you act like, oh my God, I'm shocked. I cannot believe he was cheating. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. Now let's get into this. Let's get into this article from page 6. It says Neyo and Renay have finalized their divorce in just 5 months. Court documents obtained by page 6 confirm. The Because of You crooner will pay his now ex-wife $1.6 million lump sum to balance out their real estate holdings and $20,000 for moving expenses, according to TMZ, which obtained the settlement details. Renay will also keep one of their 4 homes in Georgia. Additionally, Neyo agreed to cut a $150,000 check to Renay so she can buy a new car. Now, again, $150,000 for a car. People are buying homes with that amount of money. And she needs $150,000 for a new car. As he is keeping their 2022 Bentley, the outlet reported. The So Sick singer will also pay Renay $12,000 a month in child support for the 3 children that they share, and he will foot any education-related expenses to the agreed joint custody of the children, which is probably is important to why he's only paying $12,000. Because there's a lot of women that I saw, because I looked at the reactions from a lot of women, and they were mad that he wasn't paying more money in child support for those 3 children. This is the reason why he's only paying $12,000. Because if she had primary custody, she probably would have got more than that. But he's getting joint custody of those children. So because he's getting joint custody of those children, he should not have to pay an exorbitant amount of money for child support. No matter how mad you baby mamas are, you got a whole bunch of these bitter baby mamas in these comment sections responding to this mad because he's only paying $12,000 a month for 3 children. None of the men that you heifers have children with are paying $12,000. They're not even paying $1,000 a month. You will never see that type of money from child support ever. Keep your mouth shut. Finally, Neyo will give Renay $5,000 per month in alimony for the next 3 years. So she's only getting about $5,000 a month for 3 years. That's a nice deal. Who is Neyo's attorneys? Yo, Neyo's attorneys definitely earned their pay. I mean, $5,000. Not only is she only getting $5,000 a month in spousal support, but it's only for 3 years. Renay filed for divorce from Neyo in August of 2022 after she publicly accused him of cheating on her. To say I'm heartbroken and disgusted is an understatement. To ask to stay and accept it is absolutely insane. She said at the time, the mentality of a narcissist. I will no longer lie to the public or pretend that this is something it isn't. Within the divorce filing, however, Renay alleged that Neyo, whose real name is Schaefer Smith, had fathered a child with another woman whom she described as his paramour. She and the Grammy winner initially tied the knot in February of 2016. The on and off again couple divorced 2 years later before marrying again in April of 2022, which was a waste because then they ended up separating. The pair have 3 children together. Schaefer Jr., Roman, Isabella. Neyo is also the father of Madeline and Mason from his previous relationship with Monietta. I want y'all to understand. Now, according to another article, they can't bring any other people around their children unless they are engaged or married again, right? So I think that's a very good stipulation to have in this settlement, because too many times we have seen women bring men around their children. Look at Sterling Sharp. Look at Sterling Shepard. He's separated from his wife. Next thing you know, she's dating another NFL player, has this guy around their children. Now she's pregnant by this guy. Like, she wasted no time. So the fact that there's a stipulation that neither one of them can bring a new partner around the children is something all couples should do, because too many times we have seen more women than men bring others around their children and are trying to make that other person the new father or the new mother, right? Because they don't see it with men bringing women around their children. You don't really see that, but most times you see women bringing different men around their children. And I think that it was a great clause to put in there. Now, maybe, she wanted that in there, which is fine, but she has to understand it goes both ways. You can't bring men around those children, and he can't bring women around those children, which I'm sure Neyo is not intending on doing. I don't think Neyo is intending on bringing any women around his children. That's not something men do. Men don't just bring women around their kids. But we do see women constantly bringing men around their children, trying to make those men the new stepdaddy. So I think that's a great clause to have. I don't think Neyo is bothered by that at all. I think that's more so will backfire on her if she was the one who wanted this. I could see that, because again, Neyo is already dating other women, so that could be her trying to say, hey, you can't have that woman around my kids, but it goes both ways. It does. So you can't just bring dudes around your children. So I think it's good they finally ended this. It looks like the divorce was very favorable to Neyo. He had great representation, right? And there's a lot of people upset, but who cares? Let me know in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Like this video and share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and I'll see y'all next one.